Hello everyone, and this is Warromace. I am bringing my first build video. It is the Nuke necromancer build. It's personally, so far, my favorite that I've created. I've made, like, at least 8 builds for the necromancer, and this one's my favorite. Probably only because I don't care about survivability. I'm all about destroying people. So we're going to go over the skills, the traits, the gear, the sigils and runes, and this build works for both PvE and PvP. However, I'm only doing a PvP guide right now. Next video or whatever, I don't know when, but soon, if you guys want to see it, then I will make the PvE video. Okay, so let's start with the skills. Your skills, on your 6, you want Consume Conditions. This is really going to ruin an Elementalist or any Kandi's day. Well of Suffering. This is for your AoE combo plus the vulnerability, which will lead to yet more damage. Blood is Power. More damage and bleeding. If you don't like this, I'd still say use it, but if you don't like this, you can go with Will of Corruption instead. It's a bunch of extra damage. Signet of Spite. This can be traded also for Well of Corruption if you want. Well of Corruption and Corrupt Boon are your only optionals, because these two are the only ones that'll help the build at all. And then for your ultimate, you want Lich Form, of course, because this can hit 5 to 12k damage. And then we go to weapons. You want Dagger, Warhorn for your melee, and Axe Focus. Axe is usually going to be the one being wielded. It deals the most damage. It can deal up to 9k damage with its ghastly claws. This is the Dagger. It can do up to 3k crits continuously. The reason why I say use Dagger instead of Staff is because Staff is useless on this build. Do not use it unless if you're going to switch out one of these traits, which I'll show you in a minute. And then we go to the build itself. Okay, so what we're gonna mess with traits first, actually. With Spite, what you want, you do it 6-0-2-0-6. The reasons to this, of course, are because this will destroy people. Death's Embrace. Deal more damage while down by 50%. I have killed Guardians at 100% HP. Them, I mean, when I'm down. And, I've rallied because of that. Axe Training. This is going to let you deal 10% extra damage. And recharge reduced by 20. That's more ghastly claws. Close to Death. Increases damage to enemies below the health threshold of 50%, and it increases it by 20. This is going to help you most of the time because they're not going to be healing until they're under 50%. You will get them down, you'll deal a lot of damage, and then their heal is gone. Then what are they going to do? Then in 2 you want in Death Magic you want Dark Armor. Gain toughness while channeling. You are basically always channeling with this build, so this is going to help a lot. Soul Reaping. Vital Persistence. Life Force drains slower while in Death Shroud. Degeneration decreased by 50%. I'm not sure if this helps with your actual damage taking on Death Shroud, but I think it does. The reason why I use this is because my next traits, of course. Increase movement speed while in Death Shroud by 25%. I use this so that I can steal creatures in a certain map, but it's also useful when trying to escape. However, 9 times out of 10 you won't escape, unless if you can, like, jump off of a cliff. So stand and fight, unless you know how you can get away. Death's Perception. Increases critical hit chance while in Death Shroud by 50%. Now, this is my favorite trait. This is my absolute favorite trait. Do not switch this. This build is very Death Shroud based. This is needed. Now, the optionals for this. You can take Death's Embrace and switch it with Reaper's Might. You can switch it to, and you can also, well, Reaper's Might, hold on. Or you can do Spiteful Talisman, because you're also going to be using your focus a lot with this. Reaper's Might and Spiteful Talisman are optional, but if you're switching something, then switch Death's Embrace. Now for Death Magic, you can take this away, and you can replace it with Curses, put Focused Rituals. This is only if you want to use a staff. And also, if you're going to use this, then take Signet of Spite off your bar, and then replace it with Well of Corruption. I am not going to use that, though. Now, for your equipment, again, I'm going to show you this. Sigil of Strength. This is amazing because you need your might to deal a lot of damage, of course. 60% on critical. Gain might. Cooldown 1 second. Sigil of Accuracy. 7% extra critical chance on this weapon. Now for the sigils and whatnot. Sigil of Strength for both weapons, as well as Sigil of Accuracies. You need your might, and of course you need your crit chance at 50%. This is why that trait is my favorite. 50% extra critical chance in Death Shroud. That gives you 100% crit chance. 100% of your crits will be, 100% of your hits will be crits. And also with this, you'll be gaining might. And like I said, if you do choose Reaper's Might, this is going to help a lot. And then you want Rune of the Eagle. This is also to help your close to death trait. 26% damage against targets with less than 50% health instead of the regular just 20. It also gives you Ferocity, which is a bit of extra damage. As well as Precision, which puts you at the 50% thing. You want Berserker's Amulet. I'm sure you know why. Overall, this is my favorite build, and I will show you the rotations as well as a preview on it. First rotation is for axe. This is the rotation for an axe. You press Blood is Power, Reaper's Touch, and then Ghastly Claws. That is not the best damage you will get. You can get up to 8k damage or 9k damage, like I said, but then what you do is you Death Shroud 1 as much as you need, and also if they do get close to you and you don't like that, then press 3 and they'll run away. For then when your Death Shroud runs out, of course, all this will be back up, and then you do it again. It's a rotation, so you want to rotate. Then for the dagger, what you do, you hit Locust Swarm, Blood is Power, Dark Pact, and then you let Life Siphon go to about halfway, then you spam with the dagger. But if they start trying to run away, then you hit this, and then you can stay on top of them. And of course, you go Death Shroud 1 a lot, 2, and then 3. Then they'll be out of your face again. Now, I'm gonna wait on this for a second. This is the AoE rotation, my favorite rotation. Blood is Power, Death Shroud, Tainted Shackles, and then Life Transfer. Of course, I usually use Well of Suffering before doing it. I run over Well of Suffering, Blood is Power, then I do the Death Shroud. So, if you want, you can do that same rotation. It will make people die faster. Okay, then you're gonna. This is my favorite. This is probably actually my favorite. Screw the AoE rotation. This is the best rotation of them all. This is the best rotation. However, you can only do it once you have Lich. What you do is you press Blood is Power, Lich form, and then you spam 1, and then anybody around you is dead. There's no way they're getting away from this. It is very powerful. This is the best rotation, and like, subscribe, and I'll make another build video probably on the bunker if you'd like to see a necromancer tank a dagger elementalist. Now I'll show you the preview, and of course, like I said, I'm gonna go like, subscribe. I'll leave my Facebook and I'll leave my Facebook in the description and my account name, so you can add me, private message me any questions. And that'll be all.